And how much did this drive you, this prospect, all year to sacrifice the way you guys had to?
Yeah, I mean, we're super excited to be back. This is right where we want to be. We've been talking about it all year, getting back to this game. And I mean, it's something that's been on the back of our minds all year since the end of last season, the end of that game last year. And we even have we have the score posted up here in the building. So it's definitely been on our minds, and we're excited about it.
We'll go to Clay Hall from WSYX.
Hey, Luke, how much was Dabo Sweeney's vote as the Buckeyes as number 11? How much does that kind of reverberate around the Woody? How much has it been emphasized or mentioned?
I mean, we definitely know about it. I mean, obviously we're gonna see that kind of stuff, but I mean, we're really just trying not to let it affect our preparation for this game. I mean, we know what we're capable of, so that's all that matters. And what matters is this game, winning this game. So that's all we're focused on.
Thank you.
Next up is Steve Hellwagon from Bucknuts Media.
Hey, Luke, I know in the game last year you played against Clemson, there were issues when you got into the red zone, had to settle for some short field goals. And then obviously that came up again against Northwestern, got it inside the 30 a few times and did score even a couple times. Has that been an emphasis for you guys in preparation? And not to say what you're going to do to fix it, but just talk about what needs to be done, I suppose, from a general sense when you get it down there inside the 20 or the 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's always an emphasis for us is scoring in the red zone. We understand how important that is. Ending a drive with a field goal is never what we want. So definitely a huge emphasis, and I think we're just need better execution in that area. But yeah, we're definitely emphasizing preparing well for all those situations.
We'll go to Austin Ward from Letterman Row.
Luke, what was it like for you guys, the tight ends blocking and the way that the offensive line was opening holes for Trey? What did that feel like to contribute in that way in that win 2 weeks ago?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, we love it in the tight end room. I mean, me, Ruck, Jake, Mitch, all those guys. I mean, we were saying just run the ball. I mean, let us go. I mean, that's all we wanted to do in the second half there. So we loved it. We're excited about it. I mean, I'm celebrating with Ruck more on a block for a touchdown than if he catches a touchdown. It's pretty crazy, but we love it. Yeah.
Now go to Nathan Baird from Cleveland.com.
Luke, this is your second look at this linebacker group from Clemson. Just what impresses you the most about them? Why are they going to be a tough team to do what you were just talking about as far as being able to move the ball on the ground?
I think they play really hard. I mean, the guys they have there, they really buy into what they do on defense, and they throw a lot at you. They got a lot of different stuff, and I think our ability to identify and adjust as the game goes along will be really important. And I think we're preparing well for anything that they could throw at us.
Next question is Rod Walker from the New Orleans Advocate.
Hey, Luke, I know you were a kid then, but do you remember much about the game back in, I guess, the 2014 season when Ohio State came down and played Alabama and they were sort of underdogs and nobody gave them a chance? Do you remember much about that game just growing up?
Yeah, I watched that game.
What do you remember about the expectations and everything?
What you were saying, coming in as underdogs, and then just the fight those guys had on that Ohio State team. The energy and the emotion they played with was insane, and it paid off for them. Obviously, but yeah, that was awesome game to watch. I mean, just thinking about that throwback to Mike Thomas, I think it was on the trick play, and just that whole game was awesome.
Next up is Brendan Gulick from Buckeyes Now.
Hey, Luke, can you talk to us about the challenge of trying to block specifically the linebacking core from Clemson as a particularly athletic group and just sort of what your focus is on there?
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I mean, they just have the ability to do a lot of different stuff. They throw a lot of different blitzes at you and a lot of stuff that they don't show necessarily going up to that point. So just being able to ID that and get hands on guys and being able to play with toughness as the game goes along because we know they play hard and we think we can play harder.
We'll go to Joey Kaufman with the Columbus Dispatch.
Luke, what is normally in a typical bowl week? I guess you'd be down there a few days ahead of time and do various events. Obviously, it's different this year. Just what has that been like, not having your sort of typical run up to a bowl game?
It's been kind of a normal game week for us. I mean, having an open week, just like a +1 week. Yeah, kind of like what we've had a lot this season with the cancellations. So really, the schedule isn't too far off from what we've been used to this season. Obviously, we haven't had all those events, so it's a little more, not a lot to do outside of practice. So just, hanging with my roommates really. But I think it's gotten us into a good routine, going into a game like this and, not really having a lot of change.
We'll go to Dan Hope from 11 Warriors.
Hey, Luke, with you being a senior, just what does this mean to you, going to your college football playoff knowing this is your last chance?
It means everything to be back here. This is all we wanted, all I wanted all year, just getting another shot at this game, to go play for a national championship. So, it's everything. It's, the accumulation of an insane amount of time, effort, work put in to what we do. So I'm just so excited to be here as at my last year. So, yeah.
Next question is from Tim May.
Luke, appreciate it, man. You've talked about this defense a few times already on this teleconference, but is there a player on that team that jumps out at you like Isaiah Simmons did a year ago, or is this just more of a complete, you're kind of keeping an eyeball on everybody kind of defense?
Yeah, kind of the latter. Keeping an eyeball on everybody because, I could be blocking anybody from a DN to a safety to a corner on any given play. So really, yeah, it's just like I said about IDing that and knowing your job description, how it fits into that look. I think that's huge.
Having gone against that defense before, just a year ago, does it give you a little bit of a head start about what's coming?
Yeah, definitely experiencing it helps. Because it's hard to replicate a game in practice. So we've already had that, experience not too long ago. So that's definitely good to have.
Thanks, man.
Next up is Rob Oler from the Columbus Dispatch.
Hey, Luke, how much is this game, this exact opponent, a program marker for Ohio State? It's Alabama, it's Clemson, Ohio State's right there, but until you beat them, I guess you're not right there. Have you guys talked about that, discussed it?
We kind of just talk about how we play our game, and I think to us it is a huge game because of where it could lead to, and obviously not having won against this team yet. Obviously it's been a chip on our shoulder, since last year. I was a redshirt freshman in 2016, So yeah, I think this would be a huge win for us. Obviously, not only being able to play for a national championship, but against the team we're up against.
We'll go to Dave Biddle from 24/7 Sports.
Hi, Luke. You guys have been dominant at times this year, but there's also been some lulls. Sometimes maybe you guys didn't play quite as well. Do you feel like the best is yet to come, like you guys are yet to play your best game this year? And how important will that be on Friday?
Yeah, I think definitely, I think we haven't put a complete game together yet and still been able to have a lot of success so far. So, and it's always usually something little that can, throw us off through the course of the game. And I think getting that back on track as fast as you can is going to be huge. But yeah, I think our best is yet to come. And I think we can, we're preparing really well to have that, be the case on Friday.
Thank you.
We have time for one final question from Whitney Harding.
Hey, Luke, forgive me if you've answered this already, but having played this team last year, I'm sure you guys have looked at the film a little bit, but besides X's and O's, what have you all learned from that game, especially in the second half last year?
I think something that's huge for us always, but, especially in the tighter end room is controlling the line of scrimmage throughout the game. I think that's super important as you get into the second half and guys get, take those hits and going through running all those plays. It's super important to just keep controlling the line of scrimmage and, get the ball north and south, not taking those negative plays and stuff like that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the time, Luke. We'll excuse